But it's probably not permanently shrunk. It's probably just a temporary shrink, right? Because otherwise, like,
Yeah.
you'd have no brain.
Lindsay and Ray, just wondering.
Welcome back to Just Wondering podcast, where we will surprise each other with whatever topics come to mind. We literally know nothing and have made a rule to never research before recording. So buckle up.
We're your hosts. I'm Jones.
And I'm Ray. In Jones, I was just wondering about hangovers.
I hate hangovers.
I hate them too.
Today I was actually feeling a little bit hungover when I woke up, and also currently at this moment I'm still feeling hungover.
I'm thankfully not.
But I don't know, last night just got away from me. Like, all of a sudden I was just like, wow, I'm a little bit tipsy. And then so I woke up this morning and I was like, oh my God, I have Corona. Wrong. I had a hangover. And I was like, no, you drank 14 tall cans yesterday. Like, that's why you feel the way that you feel.
Why are they so different from person to person, do you think?
Sometimes I get really hungover, and then sometimes I can drink like 30 beers and feel fine the next day. It really does have to do with like what else you put in your body. Hearty food before does help, like, but I don't know, because then sometimes I'm like eat a big dinner and then I'm like throwing up later. So I'm like, is it about finding that like balance?
Tuesday night, it was Sarah's birthday.
Yeah.
And I planned to eat dinner before getting on the Zoom call, but then I had to be tech support, even though I don't know how to use technology. Gotta love Corona. Because then I just never ate dinner, and then I drank like 10 beers.
You drink strong beers usually.
I still like got up at 9.
Why?
I had a video chat with my sister and my niece. Like, otherwise I would go there and visit them, but at the time of Corona, we can't.
Fucking Roni, man.
Yeah. But honestly, on the other hand, if it wasn't Corona, I would have had to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. So like, I got up at 9 for a phone call. Yeah. And I know that working out is counterproductive because when you're hungover, you're dehydrated.
Yeah. And you sweat a lot. So.
Yeah. And you can't sweat out a hangover. It doesn't work like that.
Do you think that people get less hungover if they're like if they have saltier brains? Because like, you know, like in a lot of like electrolytes and stuff where it's like salty. So
sometimes I try to prehydrate. It hasn't so far helped me. But
I think the most helpful is like, you know, those nights where you actually do like a one drink of alcohol and then one drink of water. Those are my best nights. Those don't happen often.
On Wednesday though, I was so hungover that I drank probably 2 liters of water and then took an Advil and then took electrolytes and then drank more water, and I never felt better. But I still worked out and still like played hacky sack and still practiced my juggling because those things are still fun. The workout wasn't fun.
I was like, I don't think that the workout is fun. I did a very limited version of that workout and I wasn't hungover and I didn't think it was fun.
But I made a commitment to the people
true.
that at 2 p.m. I would lead a workout. So I followed through.
Yeah, you're actually very good with that.
But yeah, I agree. Like, it's not just person to person. It's different.
It's like like day to day.
Yeah.
I also find I get way more hungover if I only drink like one night heavily. If I drink like multiple days in a row, then like, but I guess like that's just because you don't give yourself a chance to be hungover. You just keep going.
Yeah.
And then you crash at the end.
Yeah, specifically when you and I are together for days on end.
Yeah, I don't.
I just wake up and I think I'm fine, but in retrospect, I'm still drunk. So that's why I don't get hungover.
Do you have a memory of like your worst hangover?
Honestly, I just have to go with Wednesday because it's the most recent and it wasn't great. Do you think they get worse with age? I feel like I don't think I had a hangover until I was like 28. I think I would like just get up and be fine.
I'm only 28 now and I've been getting hangovers for a few years, so not same. But when I was like 21 or 22, I could drink 100 beers and go to work at 8 a.m. and be completely fine.
If I have to wake up at 5 to go to work, my hard cutoff is I cannot have more beers than hours of sleep. So I can have 5 beers before midnight.
Okay.
And then I can sleep 5 hours and I can go to work. That is my general rule. No more drinks than hours of sleep.
Wow. I don't have any rules like that. And probably I wouldn't follow them anyway.
I usually can be at least on my way home at midnight.
Yeah.
Almost always. And then I'm like, okay, so I sleep 4.5 hours and I've had 5 beers. Yeah. And then I go to work the next day and I'm like, oh, I had more drinks than hours of sleep because I'll have obviously 6 beers and 4 hours of sleep. But it's not that bad, really. Like if I tell myself it's a hard rule, 5 beers, 5 hours of sleep, I usually don't go over drastically.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a good guideline. I tell myself it's a hard rule, but it's a guideline.
I did have a really bad hangover once when I was like 22. I worked at this burger shop and I hated it, but I worked there and we had a blue cheeseburger and I had to cut and prep all the blue cheese and I was at work and every single time I had to cut a piece, I would like cut it and then I'd go and throw up because I was so fucking hungover. But I also think we had like drank for like 20 days straight. Just not good.
I think they do get worse with age, but I still think that they vary more person to person because I feel like my hangovers now are significantly, like exponentially worse than what they were a decade ago.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that my hangovers now are still not as severe as a lot of people who are younger than me.
You do drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but I forget when I'm drinking a lot of beers.
But you probably drink more water than most people do on a daily basis anyway.
That's true. One time we had a going away party for one of the girls when I worked at Starbucks. And I was the opening supervisor. Mm-hmm. So I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and ride my bike to work. And I got home, I think at like maybe midnight. I got to work and the other opening barista wasn't there. And I was like, okay. So I go into the store. If Starbucks is listening, like, please don't get me in trouble. I don't even work there anymore. Also, I left my phone in the Uber on the way home.
Classic!
I didn't have a phone. So the 6:30 person, I wasn't able to reach him at 7 when he still wasn't at work. When he woke up, he messaged me saying, oh my God, I dropped my phone out of the window because I forgot my keys last night before we went to the bar. So I climbed up into my window.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
But he dropped his phone out the window as he was scaling the building. So he had to use his laptop, which I call my flip phone.
Yeah, your cool flip phone.
When I lose my phone or break my phone, I just have to use my flip phone. So he was using his flip phone to contact me and was like, I'm on my way. I'm really sorry that I'm going to be an hour late. These are the jobs that we need. Someone needs to be on cash. Someone needs to be on bar. Someone needs to wash the floors. Like there was like a few tasks and I'm like, Cole, what can you do? And she was like, I can't be on cash because I can't talk. I'm going to puke. I'm like, do you want to be on bar? And she's like, I can't be on bar because I'm going to puke. And I was like, can you do you want to wash the floors? And she was like, I can't bend over. Like honestly, a decade younger than me.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I think it also too is like, it depends what I'm drinking. Mm-hmm. People try to pressure me to do shots. And I'm like, no, if I do that shot, I'm going to be so fucking hungover. Do you ever think you're hungover, but actually you're still drunk? Because that's the worst. When you
often
wake up drunk and you're like, oh, I'm still drunk. And then your hangover hits in the middle of the day.
I find mine aren't as bad if I get up early and just start my day as though it's normal. I don't even notice that I got hungover.
I just feel like some days I just like, I can't do anything about it and I'm just so hungover. And then I'm like delusional and I can't even talk. Like I would say like the most recently that happened to me, obviously I was hungover today, but it wasn't that bad. But this year on family day, I'd like had a bunch of drinks, and then I had to go curling at like 10 a.m.
I love
on
curling.
family day, and it was my first time ever curling, and I was so fucking hungover that I was like, what's happening? Like, I can't even like I couldn't do it. It was just like slipping everywhere. Every time I threw my rock, I fell. And I just was like, and then even after we went curling, like we all went out, like everyone went to the like clubhouse or whatever and was having a beer. And I was like, I can't I can't do it. Like, and if I can't have another beer, I know that I'm really hungover.
There was a day recently that I woke up in the morning and I was going to have the worst hangover. And I came out to the living room and there was like cans and like stuff everywhere in the living room from my one roommate and I, because we're in quarantine. And there was a shot in my shot glass poured. And I was like, oh, I didn't do my shot that I poured. And I picked it up and I did it.
Ew, don't do that.
And I think it saved my life.
Okay, question for you.
Yes.
Would you rather get hungover, not a super bad hangover, but just like the kind of one that I had today, that's like your head's woozy, you're just feeling a little bit out of it, but not that bad, but every single time you drank, or never have a cold beer again?
I'd rather be hungover all the time.
Me too.
Never have a cold beer.
Me too. Thank God he said that, or else this podcast might have ended. This might have been the final episode.
Just end meeting.
Like, gotta go. Well, what is a sign of a hangover? Your brain's dehydrated?
I think your brain actually shrinks. I think it like shrivels up inside. Yeah, I heard
like
that
a mini
before.
head?
I think your brain, yeah, because there's less fluid in it, so it actually shrinks a little bit. Which when I heard that, I was like, I need to drink less because I don't want that to happen to my brain anymore.
But it's probably not permanently shrunk. It's probably just a temporary shrink, right? Because otherwise, like, you'd have no brain.
So I did do my smart serve before, and I know you have too. And typically, if you are like bigger and more muscular, you can metabolize alcohol better than if you're like small and flimsy. I don't know.
I was imagining like an inflatable arm man. Yeah, that's probably true. And then I think also tolerance has something to do with it. Like the more often you drink.
That is true. So you can improve your tolerance. Actually, improve might not be the right word. You can increase your tolerance. I should not be able to drink as much as I drink because someone else that is my same size and weight would probably be KO'd.
Probably.
If they tried to match me drink for drink. I typically drink with 6'2" and up.
Or 5'2" women who are short and fat, so they can drink more.
I typically drink with people that weigh more than I do, and I can often match them.
Yeah.
But I've also been trying to not.
That's fair. Sometimes we go drink for drink and like you keep up mostly, but then if it's for multiple days, then on some of those days you have to nap.
Yeah, and multiple times in very unusual places.
Well, Ray, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking Canuck.
Ooh, Canuck.
So typical. Are you drinking Miller Lite?
I am.
Woo!
It's Miller, and then Phil and I are both drinking it.
Did you just pour it down your shirt?
No, I didn't pour it. I just pretended. But this is Phil, so he wanted to be on the show today.
That is our first guest appearance.
Yeah, it's great.
Even though Nicole tried to have a wet t-shirt contest with me.
Ooh.
You would win anyway.
Yeah.
I got nothing to show.
Got some knockers out here. Oh, cheers. Sorry.
Cheers. We need to know what you guys know about hangovers because we really need to know what we can do to improve our lives when we're battling hangovers without drinking less.
That's the most important part.
We're going to keep drinking beer. We need to know how to not be hungover. So if you guys know what to do, or if you know is it worse when you get older? Like what makes it get worse and
Yeah.
what makes it be easier? Those are the things we need to know. Follow us on Instagram at just.wondering.podcast or email us at justwonderingpodcast.ray@gmail.com.
Let us know. Also, let us know, would you rather be hungover every time you drink or never have a cold beer again?
Looking forward to hearing from you. Today's Friday. I'm drinking my GLB and I got my Hawaiian shirt on.